Welcome to the Showboat Casino, Las Vegas. Bright lights on the strip, a packed ballroom inside, and a crackling crowd for NABF Welterweight Championship action. I'm your host, and for the next half hour we'll rewind a throwback war, young Corbett versus Felix Trinidad, 12 rounds scheduled with the NABF belt on the line. But first, the undercard delivered fireworks. Opening bout, Super Welterweights, Alfred Ankama ranked number 198 with a record of 1 win 3 losses and 1 draw caps a grinding effort with a late 6th round KO of Ish Smith ranked number 243 and still winless with 4 losses and 1 draw. Preliminary match number 1 is a cruiserweight bout as Kelvin Davis number 94 ranked with 2 wins and 2 losses outworks Willie Shannon ranked number 129 now with 3 wins and 3 losses for a unanimous decision over 6. Preliminary match number 2 welterweights. Las Vegas hometown favorite Jesse Feliciano ranked number 414 gets his first win against 3 losses and 1 draw. Boxes clever to a unanimous decision in 6 against Bruce Finch ranked 481 with 3 wins 5 losses and 1 knockout, clean entries, tidy exits, and the judges nod. In the support bout, 10-round cruiserweight fight, in a measured, professional performance, Aaron Williams, number 23 ranked with a 7-3 record with 2 KOs defeats Jonathan Banks, ranked number 74 with a record of 6-4 with 5 KOs by unanimous decision. The co-featured fight was the Super Flyweights 10-round showdown. Class showed Martin Castillo, ranked number 12 in the Super Flyweight division with a 4-1-1 record with 3 KOs turns up the heat and stops Luis Del Valle, now ranked number 42 with a 3-2 record with 2 KOs via TKO in round 5. All roads, though, lead to our headliner, Corbett versus Trinidad for the NABF crown. Let's set the stage. Young Corbett enters the fight undefeated with a record of 6 wins 4 by knockout and ranked number 8 in the world at 147. A rugged operator with old-school fundamentals, Corbett's recent ledger shows wins over Donald Curry and James Page that sharpened his edges. Stylistically, he's a compact puncher, short hooks, disciplined guard, and bodywork that pays interest. Across the ring, NABF champion, Felix Trinidad, the live wire of this division. Trinidad includes some impressive wins since he dropped a controversial majority decision to Caribbean champion Luis Rodriguez last year in Havana. Since then, Tito has defeated Kid Gavilan in a 10-round decision and then beat Sammy Loftspring in Las Vegas in April for the NABF title. This is his first title defense. He has the kind of thudding power that can end a night in a heartbeat. Trained by his father Felix Trinidad, Sr., he's athletic, long for the weight, and loves to set traps behind a piston jab and that signature left hook. Tail of the tape. Corbett comes in at 5 foot 8 inches against Trinidad, who stands at 5 foot 11 with a 72-inch reach. Both fighters weighed in at 147 for this fight. 12 rounds scheduled, NABF welterweight title at stake, and a world ranking boost dangling for the winner. Let's roll to round 1.
Fans baying for your blood, wanting to see you win or lose.
Under the bright lights here for this one, really good matchup, and we're hoping for a really good fight. These athletes have been waiting a long time to square off. Here we go. We wanted action, and they are giving us action. Have to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. There's a counter shot. That big hook doesn't land. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Usually you don't need a weather report for a boxing match, but we certainly do today as we fight under the sun.
In such heat, the cornermen need to be able to do their job think about what they're doing. One to cool you down, one to ice you back, one to give you instructions in your head, and one to just calm you to tell you what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong. Because that's the most important thing. Forget about the heat. Forget about everything else.
Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I gotta respect both of them more than happy.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Do it for the minute break as we get set to get back in the action.
It's a tempo, man. Don't let it back in.
Here we go. It's round 2. Now they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Done with that counter shot. Counterfire relies a lot on their instincts and reaction time. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block.
You're fighting the counter punches, you've got a dummy shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter punches, they're watching your every move, that every twitch.
Throws the uppercut, but misses. Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like the match made in heaven.
Well done with that counter shot. Just as quickly as the action slows down, it heats back up. The straight right just misses. Tried to score with that hook, but missed. Shot lands. Well, we know they got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around?
I seriously hope the judges keep their eye on this fight, because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute trouble.
Okay, let him back into that fight, and that's his round.
Stay focused. Don't let the consequence. Go ahead. You can have it. Get up here. And don't get load up. Don't get another one shot at a time. Settle up. You can take him out. He's ready to go.
There's a god awful round. Come on. Let him back in.
Smart. Otherwise, we'll see it in a wide round. Go out there and finish it. Don't flip the jab.
Unfortunately, this fighter might need more time to heal up and get a breather. Right back in the action.
We're switching off. We're starting to make mistakes. We go back at that.
Bell rings and we start the third. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
If you're a counter puncher, then basically you do the counter attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in time.
Counterpuncher is my favorite kind of fighter. A good counterpuncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
Right when you think the pace will slow down, it picks up. They exchange punches. Hold it right there. So much for defensive abilities. Thought we were going to see the finish there.
Green Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. Walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. Perfect counter shot. He just misses with that jab. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. They're entering desperation mode here. Gonna need a knockout.
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
Get your mind right. Get the focus back. Get your jump.
Yes, I like that right. Good man. Feel good. Come on. Good man.
Don't give it anything. Get back in the round. Right? It's only one round that you lost.
Good. Let's get the jab. Don't get carried away. All right, keep
Listen, he's smart when he's like that. Just get to the round there. Run the round and you jump. And do your second round. He was close to this fight and now you're letting back into it.
I don't want to load up. Don't be looking for that one shot.
Go take that confidence there. Go out. First minute, stick on image.
He's ready to go. He's gone already. Just make sure you follow through.
Stop him in his tracks. Get out there and switch on. Get.
Good man. You stay focused. Go on.
Unfortunately, this fighter not going to get more time to heal up as we get set to jump back in the action.
Nice jab here. Get your time in already. The right hand's beautiful. Just stick your butt.
Here's the middle for round 4. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
About 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. These two were made for each other. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Good counter punching. No rest for the weary. You can tell one of these fighters is starting to fade. What does he need to do to get back in this contest?
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
Have to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
That right hook won't score. Perfect counter shot. Straight right just misses. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. What would you tell this guy? He's got to do something different.
Because sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
Breathe. Listen, the fight's not over yet.
Yeah, that's it. Now breathe. Just get the breath.
We're back into it. I need you to go back up and make it one.
You're loading up and you're still landing the power shot. Good. Don't forget the jab.
Just be smart. Just get your shots off and don't give it anything. Get back in the round. Right? It's only one round that you lost. Don't worry about it. Just start to take mistakes and switch up.
Your hand's beautiful. That's not putting body shots in there. Hurry up.
Good job. Get the fight now and win the round.
Don't change too much. Keep doing what you're doing. You have to repeat.
He's on your lead. Come on, switch on. Get your box speed.
Body shots in there. Hurry up.
Winding down as we get set for another round.
It's a tough fight.
Time already.
to the fifth we go. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart.
Oh my goodness, Johnny! Are we about to see a first round knockout? And it appears they weathered the storm. How? I'm not sure.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to go down? Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
Sometimes when you get nervous, someone so powerful, thinking, you just got to be smart than it. You've got to be like a little favourite, pickpocket.
This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than that.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Well done with that counter shot. Nope, that hook won't score. Straight right just misses. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. At this point, you gotta believe he can't run on the scorecard. Gonna need a knockout.
Being fast on the numbers. What do you think? Come on, man. Lead away. You walk back to the corner like you've just seen the sun.
Listen, just get rid of him and then go about.
Take it out. He's ready to go. He's done already.
Take the round off. Run the round and jump. And breathe very second round. And you just go back out there and just run the show. Get your mind back. Get your focus back.
Brilliant. Don't forget the jab. Don't get carried away.
That's all. And don't give anything. Everything in the round. Alright, it's all one.
Good. Good man. Stay focused. Come on. Pull him back in, Rick.
I need you to switch back in. Get focused and get your mind
Go
back.
down a little. Can't miss it. Good. Stay focused.
Time winding down as we get set to jump back to the action.
You've got to go out and win this round. One shot. Set him up and take him out. He's ready to go.
Here's the bell to start round 6. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
He knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. With fire, with fire. Hold him up. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not clear. Be sharp.
Let's score with that right uppercut. Punch, counter punch. Counter punching. This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
Work the body. Frustrate them. Take the mind off the chin. Take the mind to protect them.
Whoa, Johnny! What a massive upset this would be. They've avoided Katap, and down goes Tiny. We need to see that again. Some amazing boxing right there.
That's lights out right there.
So back into the fray again, but how much do they have left?
The corner needs to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight's capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
Have to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. As we enter the final 10 seconds here, it's probably a round he'd rather forget. Let's see how the game plan changes after that big knockdown.
I love the response though. Go back up. Just a deep breath. Go right. Push it out. Get over the jump.
Is that right? You completely switched that kick.
Jab's working now. Oh, 1, 2, stop him.
Put him back in the fight.
important. Don't want to load up. Don't be looking at one shot at a time. Set him up. You can take him out. He's ready to go. He's absolutely shattered. He's hurt. Go out there and finish him. Just the same again. He's not doing it. Just stay focused.
Referee calling for seconds out as we get set to jump back in the action.
That's going to be a tougher fight because he's going to be caught. Go back out there. Saying this.
Here's start round 7. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
Oh, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything full barrel because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
Missing with that jab. Well done with that counter shot. Good idea, but misses with the left hook. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. It's always fascinating to watch two good welterweights because they've got blurry hand speed and good power.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in the fight. They've got to relax.
Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. Almost with that jab. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Pretty dominant round there. We'll see how they respond here in the next round.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as a fighter. And the cornerman's got to fight. And the fighter, get up there, get the job there.
All that work in camp. Get it.
Good work, he's thinking.
Focus on what you're doing. You don't want to lose this fight, do you? Come on. You let him
Stop the jab. Don't get carried away. Come back against him. What you do. Good. Don't want to load up. Don't be looking at him one shot at a time. Set him up.
back to the jab now. Boxing, just be smart. See it?
He's ready to go. He's got to be smart. Otherwise he'll see it and he'll
One last round. One last round.
Don't change too much yet. Keep doing what you're doing. Back to the plate.
Let's get set. Get back around. He's back around.
The referee calling for seconds out. Unfortunately, this fighter not going to get more time to heal up and get a breather.
This fight's not over yet. You got to come back.
Here's the bell start round 8. Coming off that fantastic last round. Let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
It's the one who draws first blood. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit, and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it and you've got to be confident.
Nice idea with the jab, but does not land. fighters have had their moments.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Beautiful counter punch. He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. Beautiful counter shot. That jab doesn't find a home. There's a counter shot. Is he going to punch himself out, though? This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. How much cardio was put in for this fight? And then come down to that.
You cannot get that. You can air right, sweat right, air right, and then everything right to this fight. You have no excuse for pressing that.
Only one round, it was. Don't worry about it. It's not
Keep him on the end of that jab.
get him on the job. If you count on it and run the round. You need just to focus on what you're doing. All he is fight good. Come on, you're getting back into this. You're getting back into it.
Absolutely. You're thinking
Okay, close it. Just get the rhythm back and then go again.
don't get the jab. Don't get carried away. You got defense at the end of the fight.
And you're going to be confident now. You can take it from his way.
Keep on the other end of that jab. You got your time.
The referee calling for seconds out. Right back into action.
Second most
Yeah, do it. Good man. Stay focused. Don't let him back in right now.
Here's the bell for round one. 1 minute break surely wasn't enough for him to completely recover.
An amazing pace and tempo is set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
Well, with welterweights, they sometimes bring you the best of both worlds. Fast hands and power.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
The referee really thinking about stopping it. And it appears they're out of trouble, at least for now. But that just goes to show you one clean punch changes everything.
What court sleeping on the job? What you do, you step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the right place to fall this thing.
Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Jab just missed with the left hand. That right jab just misses. Putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. So much bruising. Will the referee stop this fight? And the referee will allow this to continue. Let's see how much endurance these two fighters have.
That's what we're talking about. Championship material.
Come on, playing back in the face. You're expecting this guy. Come on, stay. Okay, I'm back. I like that round. Good work. I'm pretty much going to this round. You've got complacent.
There's 75 shots in there. Very up and doesn't get the good work.
Now you're going back into it. Get out there, switch on. Get this boxing back together.
I need us to focus on what we're doing. Your hands is quite good. Come on.
Make sure to follow through. Don't let him push through.
And then get the edge and face it. Just get rid of it.
You're thinking, you're snap, you're not loading up, you're still landing down shots. Good work.
Get your mind right. Get the focus back. Get the jump. Just box it.
We end all that. Do what you gotta do.
And that'll do it for the time between rounds as we get set to get back in the action.
So one, two, third down the middle. Can't miss it. Good. Safe on that.
We've made it to round 10. How much do they have left in the tank after that last round?
Due to the lot of energy in the fight so far, now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
No way this fighter can go punch for punch. The resistance to these blows just isn't the same.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
Straight right, just missing. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that much above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than ever. This is about action. This is about work.
What a finish from Felix Trinidad, patient boxing early, intelligent footwork in the middle frames, and then the signature left hook to close the show in the 11th. He leads the showboat with the NABF Welterweight Championship and, more importantly, moves up to WBC number 3, placing him firmly in the on-deck circle for Tommy Ryan's WBC World Welterweight title. For young Corbett, there's pride in the craft. His body attack was a blueprint for success for long stretches. Most welterweights won't live through that kind of pressure. A reset, a regroup, and he's right back in the mix against. On tonight's evidence, Tito's timing, distance control, and that fight-ending left hook make him a live threat to anyone at 147. From the Showboat Casino in Las Vegas, we close the book on a memorable night, undercard thrills, high-class main event, and a new NABF champion. I'm your host, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next card.